the chances of YVONNE JEGEDE having a man that she wants is low. She thinks telling a guy, a husband, that you are stupid, you are not serious, you are foolish. She thinks it's a normal thing that men should be able to bring down their ego. It's pride that kills men. Your husband does not have career, so there's nothing you want to destroy about him. If I don't get anything where if you scatter, you go scatter. If you continue to drag your husband, your ex-husband, you will talk about your ex-husband till 7 years from now. Then you enter menopause. When you enter menopause, me, I did not have remote to press play. This matter of YVONNE JEGEDE, this particular issue is kind of very funny to me. Please, I want everyone to pay attention to this. The actress called YVONNE JEGEDE has always been looking for a way to drag her husband down. I've watched a video with Nedu, and then I went back on YouTube and I typed her name, and I saw that it not be this year this lady has been trying to drag her husband. She has been on different podcasts, different interviews, different TV stations, and talked about the issue of her ex-husband who is not performing his responsibility. And then the story she always brings up is, we were close friends before we get married. After we get married, he became somebody else. And this is exactly what I've been telling ladies every single time. You know, women, these modern day women, have this perception that men and women, we are friends. Men and women can never be friends. We may laugh with each other. Every time we relate with each other, it is because there's something that we are trying to make as an exchange. But majority of ladies, you guys are emotional creatures, but sometimes you always want to see life from perspective that there's nothing emotional about the conversation between men and women. There can never be attraction without emotion. I cannot be attracted to you without emotion. Some men knows how to play the long game. They will be your friends for many years, and the moment you get married to them, the moment you allow them to review mere, they begin to show exactly who they are. And not because they are bad people, not because they don't love you. It is because most likely they were expecting to see something different. The only reason why men chase women is because of they love varieties. They want varieties of women. And a lot of them cannot afford it. And because they can't afford it, it is still in their DNA to search for it. So we are talking about the expectation of society versus the DNA, the component that makes up a man. As an African man, Western man, everybody is looking for varieties. So when they get close to you and they want you, the moment you assume that being your friend, taking them as your friend, that it simply means that you guys are just going to be casual and you're discussing, and you can always share your problem with them and all of that. Men don't give a fuck about women's problem, because the reality is this: women always have problem every single time. Is there a way you can have conversation with a woman for 2 hours and she will not talk about one of her biggest challenges in life? I, as a man, I am married with my wife for over 6 years, and I might not be feeling fine. Something might be wrong with me. I would not tell my wife. I will be with my friends. I not go tell my friends anything. I am only thinking of how to resolve the problem in my head. If the thing no hook me, like my life is always, I'm about to die, I will talk about it. So men don't most times share their deep feelings. But women, when you sit with them 3 hours, they will speak for 2 hours, 45 minutes is about their issue, about them. And the man begins to look at those loopholes like, if I can pretend to be like I care about you, then she's going to agree and think that I'm a savior, and she will give me what I'm looking for. Now, most men play these tricks when it tends to be that the lady is kind of financially successful. Okay, she's a superstar. YVONNE JEGEDE. She tends to be a superstar, and so the guy will probably be looking like, Maybe I want this lady in my life so I can always use her name to do one or two things. You know, our African culture has been feminized that most men now act like Western men also. So that's fine. That's by the line. So he's also doing everything. Now we men will always assume such a person to be a gold digger. The guy is a gold digger. But that doesn't change the perspective. There are two lessons that I think are here. One of it is that a man so much cherish being respected. I want to remove the subject of being submissive. A man love being respected. The moment you cannot be submissive to a man and you cannot be respectful to a man, and you think because you use the same language you use in insulting him when you guys were friends, because he has not done what he wants to do. If you think then when you guys get married, you would have that same right to be able to say those things to the man. Every man has pride and ego. We die by the pride. We die by our ego. Waiting key man pass for this life now, ego and pride. And it is in our innate DNA, and that is what we use in building hierarchy around ourselves. We will die for it. So if you insult a man, except the man does not know his worth, and when I say the man does not know his worth, he doesn't have to be worthy of anything. But if he thinks that for his existence, he cannot tolerate insult, for his existence, he cannot tolerate abuse from a wife, or more, he will leave you. I don't care the billions you have. I don't care your superstar status. Highest you think of, see, it is easy for a man to even decide to start from the stage, from the beginning, one way or the other, as far as they never reach 50 or be 60. There is also one thing that I think men also appreciate that women don't understand. Men appreciate the aspect of them getting a young girls, and there's a purpose for it. Young women simply means that the woman who I am with, I can give her direction. I know most of you will say because you can control her. Anyhow you want to put it, that is your cup of tea. But most men will see it in a way that a lady that cannot play by my own rules, I cannot associate myself with her. So if you are always in a relationship and you're thinking you're strong and independent, all right, he's going to leave you to be independent. Now, is she not independent? YVONNE JEGEDE is now the most independent woman, and now she's seeking for a man who wants empathy. What do you mean by empathy? Empathy or sympathy? Both empathy and sympathy, both of them are missing in Nigeria. Because you can only have that if you give a man the respect he deserves. And because he was dating you and you were able to say whatever you have to say to him then, and now you are in relationship with him, you think you can disrespect him. You may not consider it to be disrespect because you guys have been discussing that way before. The moment men get married, they become the man of the house. So if you haven't learned that before, you better learn it in case you find a man who will definitely have the empathy you are actually looking for. Funny enough, you did not talk like Saida Boj saying that she's looking for a man who will give her 20 million. Apparently, I don't think there's any man in their right senses that would not know that Saida Boj would definitely regret most of her actions, and she's going to change her ways, and probably she's going to find grace because she's still very young. Comparing her with YVONNE JEGEDE, JEGEDE don't hood, JEGEDE don't born. Saida Boj, I just think that everything she's portraying to the world is acting. In fact, when she's abusing people, it's most likely she has written all those things. She talks like she has written it, then she edits a lot of the things she says. So the guy who will get close to her, who would hit her, she will be open to that person and let the person know she's not that kind of person that she portrays herself to be on social media. So the chances of Saida Boj getting a man is very high. The chances of YVONNE JEGEDE having a man that she wants is low because she has to change her character. Number one, she has a child. Number two, she's a superstar. Number three, she thinks telling a guy, her husband, that you are stupid, you are not serious, you are foolish. She thinks it's a normal thing that men should be able to bring down their ego. Oga, do you know that soldiers who go to war and fight and die there, it is because of pride? They would associate that pride with something. They may associate it with the pride for their country. It is pride that kills men. And if you don't understand that, if you don't respect a man will leave you and go for a younger girl. He doesn't care about your money. At least YVONNE JEGEDE Your husband does not have career, so there's nothing you want to destroy about him. No be when I build something now you feel scatter. If I no get anything where you feel scatter, you go scatter am. You have collect glass balls from the man, and it's not funny on the sense that you have a child for him. Maybe one child is good, but I think that the only thing you can adjust is those things you are actually talking about, because at the end of the day, she wasn't specifically saying that she needs a man that has 10 million, because I think as women grow in age and they get older, they begin to understand that money is not the whole thing they're actually looking for. Now, when guys still young, we never see anything for life. That's when money used to freak you guys, that you guys will be jumping like you want to make the whole world. But when you get older, money doesn't become the major thing. At the end of the day, you start looking for companionship. You start looking for things that actually matters to your emotion and things that you actually want to live by for the rest of your life. And I would say this, you're failed on that, but thinking that you want to keep dragging him everywhere, no man would want to approach you. If you continue to drag your husband, your ex-husband, now you are the one blocking the man that is supposed to approach you. So your problem, instead of it to be one, don't be plenty. And when you delay it and you get too old, probably that man now is looking for another child, to have one child. He probably would not care that you have a child before and he wants child. You will talk about your ex-husband till 7 years from now. Then you enter menopause. When you enter menopause, me, I did not have remote to press play. Have a blessed day. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. This is the Man of Thought. I just say make I branch enter this level today. Have a blessed day. See you in my next video. Adios, amigos.
When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. They never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa. When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. They never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa.